Adam and Eve experience in the garden with God and training the vegetation. Are we together so far? By the way, just stick your hand up if you a point. Now, for man to be truly happy, man has to be responsible. Man has to be occupied. And even if it is something trifling that gets our attention, we need to do something. One of the most famous statements by students nowadays is, I'm bored. Boring. Nothing is going on. So if we are not gainfully occupied, we will become bored. And if we don't have creative ways of getting the attention of some persons, we become boring. True? But I find that whenever we get to the Word of God, it never ever gets boring. Because there's an art and a science that God wants us to be involved in that often boggles the mind and goes way beyond our comprehension. So God had Adam and Eve in this beautiful situation, and the instruction was, take care of the animals, take care of the plants, and let us converse frequently. That was the situation. When we go to Monday, something begins to happen that was not a part of the plan. We see the big word intrusion. What does intrusion mean? Something unwelcome. You have an argument and somebody intrudes, interrupts. When we go back to the book of Revelation, we are told that there was a being in heaven called Lucifer, bright and morning star, beautiful and very musical in the voice range, and a top being in the order of holy things. Remember all of that? But somehow, he began to have some thoughts and feelings which were not right. And what a place to have war. But the Bible language is clear. It says there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought, and this being no longer called Lucifer fought, and the outcome of that, and because he knew that God had this master design to create some beings who would be very special to him. And so he said, you know, and he went into the garden, appearing as an angel of light, and Eve was mesmerized. Walking in the garden one day, she looked at this tree, which she knew she should not be so close to. A number of things went wrong here. One, she should not be so far from her husband. And don't ask me, men, we have a problem sometimes, don't we? We don't pay attention sometimes to what we should pay attention to. Happened to poor Adam back there. So he wasn't paying attention to Eve as he should have been. And so he didn't realize she was missing. And I don't know if I sound sexist, but we know women are that curiosity they want to. And so she got this view. And when she saw this creature, well, her attention first was the fruit, remember? And what she was contemplating it, the lovely serpent just, hey, lovely fruit, isn't it? And he caught her attention. Wait, you talking? Because I get the impression that animals were not in the habit of talking then. So to hear a creature speak, and the creature intimidated that, look, I think what is going on here, you see me? I'm able to do this. Because this fruit has special abilities. You eat it, you will be as wise as gods. That was his terminology. Are you with me? And so Eve said, she considered and said, wait. And they have said, didn't he say you should not eat? She said, we are not supposed to eat it. And he said, but look, if you eat it, you're going to die. And what happened to Eve? She somehow began to believe that she would not die. Because God said, if you eat, you're going to die. Satan said, you will not surely die. But maybe you might die. You see how he covered it? So she got caught up and thinking, even though she didn't know what death meant anyway, she hadn't a clue, but we know it wasn't something good. She could have picked up on that. So we find this intrusion, you're not really going to die. And can you believe, it still happens today? Because somehow people feel we don't really die when we're dead, We just kind of go into another world. We're going to another place. And you go in the box, yes, but she's in a better place. She's somewhere around the throne. So we still have the concept in our deluded minds that we don't really die. But I challenge you that if you think the dead is not dead, you wake them. So Satan mastered Adam and Eve. And Adam, when he looked and he said, boy, look at this lovely gift that God gave me. I don't see how I'm going to live without her. So I might as well join her. And he ate the fruit. And the history is, we live in a world of sin. So we move to Tuesday. And please remember, I'll still take your questions. Yes, Elder. Can we have a mic, please? A roving one. Thank you. A roving mic, please. It would be so nice now. All right, Elder, go ahead in the meantime. I think the acoustics is better, so we might be able to hear you until it gets here. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 We are hearing, are we? Yes, continue. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
When Eve realized well, the fruit is in my hand, God said I should not touch it.
Yes.
But here I have it, and I'm not dead. So she proceeded to eat. And when she ate, it's as if she moved to another sphere of life, and she felt so good. But, it was a temporary thing. It's like taking a drink of rum.
Yes. Got a new high. Yes.
And from there, things. So after doing that, and Satan realized he had her now, then he used her as a bait, for want of a better word, to get her husband. Now, Adam was very surprised when he realized what had happened. And he appreciated the whole situation. He went into it knowing everything.
Yes.
Just supporting what you have said before. He went into it knowing that what God said they had disobeyed, and if he did it. But you see, Adam never had the faith to know that the God who created such beautiful woman for him could have created another woman. But he decided that, look, I'm not going to give up on this one. I'm going with her. All right?
Thank you so much, Elder. And yes, Sister Marie?
I was looking on the Tuesday, and I saw it talks about the deceptive irony.
Yes.
Serpent said that if they ate of a tree, they would be like God.
Yes.
But based on what we know, they were already in the image of God.
Of course.
So the serpent deceived her so much that she didn't even realize what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think he probably got her confused, so she wasn't even able to think rationally again. And then another thing I took away from this is that we shouldn't entertain the devil. Once you start to entertain the devil,
yes,
and you become confused, you are deceived.
Very important point. And this is it, you see. God already made them in his image. And the devil comes with this idea, you're going to be more than what you are now. You see what? God has given you some good things, you know. But he might keep back something from you. You see, when you eat this fruit, you're going to be even better than you are. You're going to be more like him who created you. And as you said, that confusion, that misconception as to who God is and how he operates got to her and she lost. Let me just read this statement for you. Tuesday. When the serpent told her that part of the message was incorrect, Eve could have gone to confer with God, and this is what she should have done. But that's not what she did. This is the beauty of Eden's education, the access the students had to their mighty teacher. Or gone back to her husband. But she didn't do that. So, however, instead of fleeing, instead of seeking divine aid, Eve accepts the serpent's message. And people are still doing that today because we allow our minds to become, yes, Sister Lawrence, to become clouded.
I was thinking about us as Seventh-day Adventist Christian education, that even though Adam and Eve had the best education in the world, they had a choice.
Yes.
And sometimes people criticize us as Seventh-day Adventists and say, well, you know, you go to Northern Caribbean, you should be doing well. But even with the best education in the world, God, it still comes down to choice.
Yes.
Because Adam and Eve had the best education, and look what they did with it. So, with the best education, it's up to us to make that choice.
Thank you so much. And this is where we are again today. We still have the choice to believe what God says in his word, or we can believe what man says, which is not of God. And of course, Sister Lawrence, I know you also mean to say, it is very dangerous when we accept that what man says instead of what God says. Because we are always going to lose. Look at the consequence. Death came. And with death, all the sorrows and the evils of the world. The good news, though, still, God had made a plan before the event happened that if they made the wrong choice, he would still take care of them. It is just like parents today. We have our children and we hope they grow up and follow some things, but if the girl makes a mistake or the boy makes a mistake, we don't just, I did warn you. Take the consequences now. We don't do that. What we do instead is say, okay, I'm giving you another chance, but don't mess up this time around. Is that what we do? So it may be harder for them second time around, going back to school or whatever it is, but because we are parents and we love our children, we bear with them again. So our God is a loving God, and he's still bearing with us, and he still expects us to make the right choices. Yes, Brother Watson. And then we move along.
Good morning, Sabbath School. I did not get to study half my lesson last week. One, I got a knock in this eye. I have to go doctor. Get an injection and get some eye drops. So I'm having some problem with this eye.
Okay.
Last week, okay? And that's why I see I fumble so much up there with the reading.
Okay.
Two, I didn't get any quarterly here now. But
Okay.
but I'm here to say about this lesson here now. They have two major implications towards this lesson here, towards Eve. It simply is a man should not allow his or her wife to stray while in absence of him. That's the first thing. For that's the way Satan find him way.
Yes.
Right? Two, God did know from the beginning that Eve would fall.
Yes.
One, when God came to this earth, he went to Jordan and baptized by John. Two, he went in days and 40 nights. We're looking at Matthew 4 and verse 3 to 4 now, where Satan come in the angel of light, and said to Jesus, because he see that Jesus was hungry, and said, if he is the Son of God, he must command that this stone to be made bread. Now that's where Jesus identified him, because he used the word, if
Yes.
he is the Son of God. That's where Jesus identified him.
Very good point.
You see, we must study the word. If we don't study the word, we would not know when Satan coming to us. For immediately Jesus knew that he come in the light of an angel, but he used the word, if
Yes.
he is the Son of God, he should command this stone to be made
Yes.
bread.
Thank you,
And then
brother.
Jesus used the word, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.
You see,
We must study the word. And Jesus did know that Eve would fail. That's why he put in the place beforehand. That's it, it can furnish that setting there.
thank you very much, Brother Watson. And you see, God knows, yes, Sister Campbell, God knows how subtle the devil is. You know that word subtle and cunning and sly, and we have a number of terms that we're used. Go ahead, sister.
Okay, just to back up what Brother Watson just said about the word, right? Jesus, let us go to when Jesus was baptized and was in the wilderness, right? For the 40 days. And the same serpent appeared to him. Jesus was able to overcome because he already knew the word, because he was the word. And he was able to rebuke him. So this is the reason why, as Brother Watson said, we must know the word, so we
Yes.
can use back the word. We, us here, of ourselves, we cannot fight the devil. We cannot wrestle him. But with the tool, with the sword, which is the only offensive weapon. You understand? All the others are defensive. The offensive one, we can launch the attack on him by faith, with the power and the authority that God gives us. We can use the word. But we know, talk about humanity now. I just mentioned Jesus because Jesus is Jesus, right? Humanity now. Sometimes we find ourselves in some weak state, some feeble state, and we can't even find the word. It's just the little in us can say, Lord, have mercy. Lord, do the battle for me. If we just have that faith to believe that God will do the battle will be won. You understand?
Yeah.
And we are feeble mortal beings. We are not angels and we are not Jesus. But God, with his contingency that he puts in place, we have that hope, that blessed hope. And for us just to encourage each other, pray for each other, pray the power for each other. That is our purpose, and defend each other.
Thank you, Sister Campbell, and my time is just about done. And let me make this point. When we look at Thursday, it speaks about despisers of authority. We must respect authority. We must respect the authority of the land. But we must also remember that the authority of God supersedes the authority of the land. Are you with me? So when we have policemen doing their duty and they're being stoned or otherwise negatively engaged by factions who want to have their own way, it is despising authority. It is objecting to authority, and it is not good. Are we together? So we need to learn, as Sister Campbell was saying, when we study, and this is a problem that we have in the Seventh-day Adventist Church today, and this is a problem that we need to fix today, myself included. We don't have study as we should. The Word of God. And this is what Peter says. He says, if you're not careful about how you go about your study, you will go off track. And you with me? And that is proven by the lives. We must be careful as we study. And the Holy Pair, I'm at Friday now. The Holy Pair were not only children under the fatherly care of God, but students receiving instruction from the all-wise Creator. They were visited by angels. They were granted community with their Maker. There was nothing between them and their God. Today, if we're going to be better Christians, we have got to get to the stage where we study the Word more and allow the Word to become a part of our lives, so that like David we can declare, thy word have I hidden my heart, that I do not sin against you. May God continue